What's going on, everybody? This is Super Robot Ed, and I know you read the title. And I've been trying to tell you this for a long time, and everybody's been trying to act like. And the goofies, that's right, the goofy channels, all y'all goofies, because you know why I'm calling y'all goofies? Because you misled your subs. You misled your subs up and down with the news, and a lot of y'all try to challenge me almost a year ago when I told you there's not going to be a sequel to Transformers 1. You don't know what you're talking about, Super Robot Ed. You're a G1er. You didn't watch the movie. If you watched the movie, there would be a sequel. No, 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 no. No, and no, and no, and no. Now, first things first, let me tell y'all right now, I'm in a nice state. I'm mellow. That's all I'm going to say. Brother man is in his prime right now with the brain cell. We about to drop the mother load because I put all this in video for you guys months ago to tell you stop pipe dreaming. Ain't gonna be no sequel to the movie. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh my God, it's Eugene Waters' fault. If you went to see this, you kept saying the same dang on thing. You got some goofy channels with all go up and down. And the minute I put my videos out, and I didn't get much views on it, which I didn't care, because I'd rather tell you the truth than tell you a lie. These channels went up against me saying I didn't know what I was talking about. Your little side crap, two of y'all, you know who you are. Y'all came in trying to say I'm wrong. Then you came back, did the same thing 2 weeks later, and then the same channels went and said, oh no, it's not going to be any real, it doesn't look really good because, Hasbro says they're not putting up any more money for the movies. And, well, it could be up to Paramount. Well, I told y'all after that, I said, first of all, you had 3 partners in this movie, each with a third of the stake of that $75 million that was put up to make the movie. When the movie underperformed, that means that everyone took a loss. Not a big loss, because think about it, 75 million times divided by 3, it's not a big loss, but they took a loss that was substantial. Paramount's not making any money off the movie. I guess that studio company that was also involved didn't make any money off the movie. And of course, Hasbro's going to add that to their debt. And I told y'all this months ago. I said, nobody in their right mind is going to come back and fund a sequel at the same level as the original movie was funded to see if it would perform better because you fans are begging for it. See, the problem isn't the fans. It's not anybody's problem. Nobody wanted to see the movie. Stop acting like people wanted to see that movie. They didn't want to see it. I told y'all this, and I'm going to say it again. So if you mad because this video, thumb it down. I don't care, because any press is good press. But I got to talk to y'all because you're listening to the wrong people. Not going to come with y'all with stupidity and hopeful wishes and taking the same and milking the cow. I already done did that for y'all. I put the news up front. I give it to you straight. I ain't got time to play with y'all. I'm not here to come out here and appease you because you subbed to my channel. This is my channel and this is my thoughts. Therefore, I'm going to expound my thoughts. I don't care about yours. I'm dead serious. You could put your comments in there. And if you're respectful, I'll talk to you one-on-one. But this nonsense of believing every stupid other channel, all these little wick-wack channels with millions of views, all they do is throw up a little game thing in the background and spew nonsense because they think they know about Transformers, because in their mind, they're too young to know that they're telling hobnob long-ass BS stories. I've never been so disappointed in the fandom and disappointed in these so-called channels that think they know what they're talking about. But if you go back through all my videos, please do, about talking about this movie, TF1, I told you, ain't nobody making no sequel to this movie. Get on with your feelings. Sure, they can make one that's a sequel to Netflix, but who the heck's going to spend another $75 million to shop it on a streaming service? Because you want to see it? Nobody else wanted to see it. You have to understand. Go back to 2009, not 7. because that's when the movies were first coming out, the live action ones. Now, no one knew if the Transformers movie was going to blow up, and it did. The 2007 movie was a hit so much that a sequel was a given. This time, when Transformers was announced, they didn't have to do much. They threw up a little 15-second clip. Oh, it's a new Transformers movie come out. Well, you didn't want to pass up the last opportunity from the 2007 movie. And I think they did have IMAX streaming for Revenge of the Fallen. All I heard from people who didn't even know about Transformers was like, hey. And when I used to work, I worked at Kmart when Revenge of the Fallen came out. Okay, I'm gonna tell you how, Super Robot Ed wasn't making a lot of money. I had to hustle to get my toys. But people were coming up to me because they knew I knew a lot about Transformers, and they would just be like, hey, Ed, the new Transformers movie's coming. Should I go? Yeah, man. This, if it's like the last one, the way that was, you should go. And a lot of people just went because all you had to do was say, new Transformer movie, because it was such a hit. The same thing happened with Dark of the Moon. Everybody was in their seats. They didn't need to see much. It was another live action movie. You got Sam, what's the boy name, who played in the movie screaming, baby! Everybody knew what time it was. It's time to go see another Bumblebee movie, because that's basically what it was. Then after that, even with as bad as Age of Extinction was for a lot of people, it still got a lot of people. And I'll prove to you, I can prove this to you. This is not me talking and saying this like, oh, I need to get the numbers. No, all I had to do is tell you. I have friends. I mean, I'm in different genres. I do, I don't really do PC gaming too much. I can if I want to. I also do a lot of, retro gaming. I'm a very big retro gaming. I mod game systems. I know a lot about the older game systems. I know how they work. I know the different model numbers. I can go in depth with you, but I'm not. Okay. I have all consoles. Okay. The only console I don't have right now is a PS5 and a Switch 2. And I don't care for Xbox after the 360. So these guys are game. They don't even play with Transformers. They went to the movie because all they saw was that clip of Transformers. Oh, it's time to go. They went in a group. There were people in groups going to see the Transformers movies because the live action movies were bringing people into the theaters. And when it got to the last night, that's when everybody started to get fatigued because the movie itself was bad. That's why the time they took a little longer when they got to the Bumblebee movie. It was a step departure from the Bayverse. So everybody kind of was like, okay, where are we going with this? Then what happened? A little bit of time passed, a little bit longer than they expected, and Rise of the Beast looked more like what was Bayverse. A lot of people kind of got off from that. And after the failure that was Rise of the Beast, all of a sudden you come up with the Transformers 1 movie. Only thing is you got the high, profile people in the movie. You didn't really want to use the original voice actors for the characters and stuff, which I get it. You got to put big names behind it. So you were hoping that a little cheap little animated movie would get people in the seats after the last one, the last night. 2, Bumblebee. 3, Rise of the Beast were showing the fatigue of the franchise. It is in the utmost urgency that you go back and look at trends and look at numbers. This is how you work in a corporation. You look at spreadsheets, you look at things as they trend. And if we're trending downward, what you think was going to happen when we get to the lowest of lows? And that's what TF1 was. It was a hopeful, oh my goodness, we'll make so much money if people go out and see this in the merchandise. The merchandise was full of crap. It was shovelware. All the good stuff is still now not even out yet. I mean, utter garbage. And you expected them to do a sequel? Because some stupid director said so and some other YouTubers embellished the news? That's good you were spooked by the goofies. I'm glad you agreed with them. And I'm glad you disagreed with me. But I told you so. And here's the news right in front of your face. So if you're mad, stay mad. But I told you so. Go back and read and watch all my videos. And no, this ain't the liquor talking or whatever else I got. This is me talking. Super Robot Ed, bringing more news reveals to them. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.